Save $1 on juicy red or black plums, $2.99 per pound. Save $1.50 on fresh assorted pork chops, $3.49 per pound. Only $1.49 for a 5-ounce tin of ShopRite Chunk White or Light Tuna. ShopRite Premium Orange Juice, $3.99 for a 64-ounce cart. Just $1.29 for a 7-ounce Swanson chicken or turkey pot pie. All Marketplace stores open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
Live from Bermuda Broadcasting, this is ZBM TV9 News.
Good evening, everyone. It's Friday, August 18th, 2017. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. Corrections officers today staged a protest at Westgate, forcing the facility to be placed on lockdown. Gary Moreno has been following the story and tells us more in this report.
A well-placed source at the Department of Corrections telling us the situation arose as a result of frustration on the part of the officers over what they deem unfair conditions and poor leadership from management staff. Reported staff shortages said to be a major contributor to the situation, with, we're told, officers having to work additional hours to make up for the shortfall, a practice they see as unfair. Officers spend the greater part of the day outside the facility, refusing to go in until their concerns were addressed. Among those concerns, they say, is the failure of management to effectively deal with problems affecting the correctional facility. Corrections officers engaged in similar action in September of last year in protest of the very same issues highlighted today. At that time, Commissioner Lamb told us a number of the issues highlighted by the officers are currently being addressed and that he was confident a resolution could be reached. It is understood that staffing numbers may be down by as many as 20 officers, with the most recent recruiting exercise, we're told, yielding only 6 new officers, but shortly thereafter it was explained to us that 6 other officers retired or resigned. Today's action reportedly meant inmates at Westgate would have been denied recreational time, as well as prevented them from attending classes. Meanwhile, we've made several attempts to reach Timothy Sion, president of the Prisons Officers Association, for comment, but that has so far proven unsuccessful. However, a spokesperson for the Ministry of National Security, under which corrections falls, telling us the ministry is keenly aware of the situation and it is being addressed internally. Their hope, we're told, is that the situation can be resolved before the protest spreads to the prison farm and the co-ed facility. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Elsewhere tonight, a man is remanded to Westgate after being charged with possessing a 9mm firearm and ammunition, while a young man pleads guilty to taking part in that fight on cut match grounds. Here's more in this report. Appearing in magistrate's court, 33-year-old Dion Chamandale was charged with possessing a prohibited weapon, namely a Glock 9mm firearm and possession of 4 rounds of 9mm ammunition on August 15th this year in Warwick Parish. The defendant was not required to enter a plea as the charges must be heard in the Supreme Court. Prosecutors say the maximum prison sentence for these offenses is 12 years. Chamandale is represented by defense lawyer Charles Richardson. Magistrate Kamisi Tacumbo remanded the defendant to custody and sent the matter to the Supreme Court arraignment session on October 2nd. Meanwhile, 18-year-old Jamari Gooden was fined $2,000 for taking part in that fight at the St. George's Cricket Club during the second day of the Cup Match Classic. Gooden initially pleaded not guilty to the offense when charged alongside 19-year-old Zachary Fox, 17-year-old Cameron Clacken, and 20-year-old Khalif Williams before changing his plea to guilty today. Prosecutors say, according to a police interview, Gooden attended the cricket club with his cousin on August 4th, when accused Fox allegedly tried to snatch his chain, and footage of the fight showed him punching Fox repeatedly. Magistrate Tacumbo fined the defendant $2,000 for his role in the brawl. Fox, Clacken, and Williams are set to reappear in court next month. Police say foul play is not suspected in the case of a 51-year-old man suddenly dying this morning after being found in a non-responsive state in the American International Building in Hamilton. Police responded to the incident at 7:30 a.m. and the man was conveyed to hospital where he was subsequently pronounced dead. No further information will be given until the next of kin has been notified. Meanwhile, police continue to appeal for witnesses to the July 29th fatal stabbing of Jacoby Smith at the West End Sailboat Club in Sands during a wake held for the late Jakari Francis. Anyone who was at the West End Sailboat Club at the time of the incident is urged to contact Detective Sergeant Dean Martin of the Serious Crime Unit on 247-1739 or the Confidential Crime Stoppers hotline on 800-8477. Stay with us. More news after the break.
Check out the great products at our $4 Depot stores. Party bags, candles, soaps, and a variety of health and beauty items, even candy. A number of kitchen items, aluminum baking pans, an assortment of socks in various sizes, even baby products. Your choice of items for only $2.50 each. Stop by any of our 4 stores today. The Dollar Depot, stretching your dollars further.
McDonald's, baseball, opening up to more opportunities in like America's Cup, safety police in the neighborhood, so things will be like more calm in Bermuda. People on the streets like have better food so they don't like starve.
And I wish that the retirement age was longer so that people could like keep the house running for a little bit more without having to worry about a pension.
Island Soul, where fashion meets comfort. Island Soul provides fashionable footwear hand-selected by our podiatrist that offers premium comfort. Located at 60 Victoria Street, Hamilton, Island Soul contains a friendly trained staff prepared to assist you with our vast selection of footwear, both male and female, with all sizes and widths available. Compression and travel socks, amongst other accessories, are also available in addition to a shoe modification and repair service, making Island Soul a one-stop shop for all your footwear needs.
Ms. Carol Bassett has just retired as Senate President after 9 years, with 14 years' experience in Parliament, and is about to obtain her master's degree, possibly leading her to a doctorate. She tells us her greatest accomplishment as Senate President was learning to be impartial. The former Senate leader who left the island yesterday describes her major.
I am currently in Fort Worth, Texas, in a university called the King's University. And I've got about 3 semesters left to complete my graduate degree as a master's in divinity.
Divinity, religion?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's my heart.
Okay. And it's official. You have stepped down or retired from the Senate.
Yes, I have, after 14 years.
Okay. When you reflect on the 9 years as Senate President and 14 years in Parliament, there must have been difficult times and great times.
Okay. For me, the difficult times were being appointed as Senate President and not really having a clue what to do as Senate President. And it took me about a year before I really felt comfortable. That was the most difficult time for me. It was a time that I was really tested and where I had to learn to stand on what is right and really take control because I found that when I didn't take control was taken from me. And, things just went haywire and I would end the day feeling terrible about the way that my lack of leadership skills at the time. So it really set me on a journey of learning how to be a good leader and a good president and how to stand on the authority that the people trusted me with. And so it was a great growing period for me. That to me was the most difficult part of it for me.
And the greatest time?
Some of the things that make me smile is that when we had really contentious legislation to debate, we were able to come with a sense of humor and respect each other's opinions and present different viewpoints, but at the same time, there were times when we were definitely in unity, and it was a great feeling that I was able to, and the rest of us were able to keep that type of environment while at the same time discussing something that was contentious. That was difficult, to be impartial. It seems like it would be something easy, but it really wasn't, because we all have our own opinions about everything, and so I had to learn what being impartial really looked like and what it meant.
Best of luck to Miss Carol Bassett. On Monday, August 21st, it's lights out during the daytime for about 100 million people across the U.S. and for us locally to witness a solar eclipse, if just for a few minutes. But as Diane Brewer reports, you should take certain precautions.
A total solar eclipse. NASA said it's been 38 years since this type of eclipse was visible from the U.S. in 1979. People living in a 70-mile wide path from Oregon to South Carolina will witness the full solar eclipse. For all of us here in Bermuda, we will witness a partial solar eclipse. Simply put, a solar eclipse is when the moon passes between Earth and moon, and an eclipse is caused by the moon casting a shadow onto our planet. Our weather conditions are expected to be clear and sunny this coming Monday, so we sat down with Dr. Jamie Burgess from Argus Optical to find out if and how Bermuda residents can watch the eclipse safely.
From a viewing perspective, I have to take people's eye health into sort of their best interest and suggest that you do not directly view the solar eclipse. It would be best to do it remotely through NASA's live stream that they're going to be doing of the eclipse. That really is the safest way. Solar retinopathy or maculopathy caused by directly viewing the sun is irreversible and can cause central vision loss. So it is generally, or it's definitely very serious, and it's not to be taken lightly. And a couple of minutes of looking at, this incredible event is just not worth losing your vision.
Right, so it can happen that fast if you just look up for a brief period of time.
The problem too is that it can happen that fast, but it also might not be something that you will see effects of for quite some time afterwards.
Right.
Once the cells within the macula, the most central part of your retina, are damaged, it may not show up for a long time afterwards, but it's irreversible either way.
Sunglasses. A lot of people are going to think, oh, I've got sunglasses on, I'm going to be fine.
Definitely not.
Okay.
They are not nearly inclusive enough to block the rays that you need to have blocked for this.
Right.
It won't even come close to protecting your eyes.
So would you recommend keeping children inside during that 2 hours just so you can regulate what they're doing, what they're looking at?
I personally would. I just really, having seen patients that have macular disease and the substantial impact on their vision, it's just not worth taking the risk, and especially with young children.
So as Dr. Burgess told us, please don't look directly at the sun during the partial eclipse on Monday afternoon, even through a camera lens or an iPhone, as the risk could be eye damage or even blindness. And remember, sunglasses are completely ineffective. Better yet, watch the eclipse online. Diane Brewer reporting.
And for those times to avoid looking directly at the sun, here in Bermuda, the solar eclipse will begin at 2:51 Monday afternoon. The maximum eclipse will occur at 4:12, ending by 5:30 p.m. Now let's head over to the AccuWeather headquarters for the latest.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This forecast is brought to you by the BF&M Insurance Group. And as we take a look across Bermuda here, we've had a frontal boundary just to the north and west of Bermuda, and it's eventually just going to kind of stall out over the area. We also have been keeping an eye on 92L here off into the southeast part of the Caribbean. That is actually going to be eventually making its way towards Florida. So not any impacts from that or from Tropical Storm Harvey to Bermuda's weather. Instead, you're just dealing with this frontal boundary, and so that's going to bring a couple of spotty showers around as we go into the nighttime hours. Our temperature in St. George's is 84 degrees. It's 84 in Hamilton and 83 in Somerset Dockyard with humidity at 73%, and we have a westerly wind, 16 to 20 knots. The water temperature is 86 degrees. Waves inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Outside the reef are 3 to 6 feet. So our forecast for Hamilton tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, warm. There'll be a brief shower or two around the area with a low temperature in the upper 70s. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine. A couple of showers will be around in spots, and it's going to be a breezy day as well. That front just kind of hanging to our north. High temperature, 86 degrees. The overnight low at 79. Our first high tide comes at 6:32 p.m. and then our first low tide comes at 1:02 in the early morning, Saturday morning. High tide number 2 comes at 6:54 in the morning Saturday, and our second low tide comes at 1:10 p.m. So your gateway forecast for Toronto, we're going to see a chance for a shower or thunderstorm early in Boston, and in Miami we could see a heavier thunderstorm drenching in the area. Trinidad, your high temperature 91 degrees, the low of 76, and we'll see the chance for a shower, clouds and sun. Tropical development, we've just been keeping an eye on Tropical Storm Harvey, staying well to the south. The other big story is the eclipse on Monday, so here's what we can expect. It's a partial eclipse for Bermuda, 81.17% totality, and that is going to start at 2:51 p.m. It ends at 5:25. Make sure to wear appropriate eye protection. And on Monday, it looks like we'll have a partly sunny sky, maybe a spotty shower around, but I think there should be decent visibility here. And our temperature gets to 86 degrees. On Tuesday, we have a mostly sunny sky at 86. Wednesday, we have wall-to-wall sunshine in the forecast with a temperature of 85 degrees. And to stay up to date on everything the weather has to offer, tune into Ocean 89, Power 95, and Inspire 105.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
It's hurricane season. Here are some tips from BF&M. Before a storm, make sure you have a family plan. Stock up on food and water and protect your home. Board up and make sure your insurance policies are up to date. After a storm, check everyone's safety, especially seniors. Inspect your property and secure from further damage. Then note the damages, list, and take photos. Remember, you can always count on BF&M 24/7 during hurricane season and all year round.
Bermuda's electricity system is at a critical crossroad. Our aged infrastructure cannot support the island's future needs. Belco has a solution. We have proposed 3 major upgrade projects to the regulatory authority. Replacement generation, to replace aged engines to ensure reliability. Transmission and distribution upgrades, to replace aged overhead and underground cables to improve efficiency. Introduce liquefied natural gas, to reduce fuel emissions and stabilize costs. If implemented together, these projects will deliver maximum benefits for you and Bermuda. Stronger system reliability, more stable rates, lower operating costs, job creation, a cleaner Bermuda. If nothing is done, rates will rise and reliability will decrease. Your energy future starts here.
Step into the next generation of sinks, faucets, tubs, and more with the bold look of Kohler. Choose from a range of whole room solutions, or let an individual piece be your guide for a feel-good, look-good quality. Pure inspiration at your fingertips. Kohler's Next Generation Showroom at BAC.
Bermuda's weather can be brutal on your car. The corrosion it causes can quickly depreciate the car's value and lead to numerous problems. To protect and extend the life of your car, Executive Auto Detailing completely sprays the underside with Z-Bart's unique rust protection formula. Then they use specially designed tools to inject Z-Bart's rust proofing into all the nooks and crannies. Your vehicle is now fully protected from salt, moisture, and other harsh elements. To protect and preserve your vehicle, bring it to the experts at Executive Auto Detailing on Market Lane in Pembroke.
Bermuda lacks an independent film commission to help promote media studies in the local education system and could well benefit from one, according to film and television PhD Dana Selassie. Dr. Selassie is presenting a part of her thesis, Navigating Media and Race in a Segregated Colony, this Sunday at the Liberty Theater, analyzing the coverage of the pivotal 1959 theater boycott. Speaking with us on her Think Fest event, the former Cedarburg Academy educator expressed the importance of young people developing skills in storytelling.
I'm actually teaching in the UK at De Montfort University, so I teach at a media school, and I'm the deputy program leader of media production. And I think it's important for young people to understand that there is an opportunity to tell your own story. To investigate, to find out, what really happened, and not just rely on what's been told to you in school. I want to encourage young people to ask the next question. Push those buttons, challenge those stories that seem a bit far-fetched and unreal. What's really going on? We don't have sort of a proper film commission where we really get into the schools and promote film industry, and that would be something I'm really interested in pursuing, where Bermuda becomes a territory that can be well known for our film content, what we're putting out. But it starts with spreading the word and being educated. So there are, I have a challenge sometimes with students who feel, well, we know how to shoot, we know how to film. But then, it's telling the stories. What are the stories that we can tell where you're using your skills? So I think there's room, there's growth for film industry in Bermuda.
As part of the research, she unveils the past relationship between media and the public in Bermuda in its formative years.
When the American military had agreed to open up the first television station on the base, Bermuda's government came up with some safeguards. They actually, implemented these safeguards to say, well, you can't talk about this, or you have to give us X amount of time to talk about colonial affairs or British affairs. So from the very beginnings, there was this control over the media. And what's interesting is that I make comparisons between the Bermuda Broadcasting, for example, and the BBC. Both operate as public service systems, but the Bermuda Broadcasting Company was a private venture whose shareholders were actually in politics as well.
Tickets to attend the presentation this Sunday at 7 p.m. at Liberty Theater are available to purchase online at think.bm or at the door. Now let's join Earl Basin with a look at tonight's sports report.
Bermuda's bocce team began individual competition in Colombia. Nikki Wells is being sought for by Hull City, and the two Eastern County teams have been selected. Yushea De Silva Andrade got the Bermuda bocce team individual competition underway earlier today.
De Silva Andrade won her opening match 4-1, defeating Natalie De Frara from Brazil. Rakai Young went down 10-0 to Jonathan Aquino from Argentina. And at news time, Steve Wilson was leading Kali Profiti from Argentina 3-1, and Omar Hayward was down 3-2 to Eduardo Sanchez Reyes from Mexico. Shortly after lunch on day 3 of their 3-day game, Dowray Rollins and his Sussex Seconds teammates defeated Essex Seconds by 7 wickets. Resuming at 132 for 9, Essex were eventually bowled out for 160. They held a lead of 151. A Patel, who scored a century in the first inning, was not out again, this time on 54. In reply, Sussex would score the required runs in 29.4 overs, with N. Oxley leading the way with 50. Rollins was out for 19 off of 18 deliveries, hitting 4 fours. Cup holders Bailey's Bay and challengers Cleveland County have selected their teams for the Eastern County second round match scheduled for tomorrow at Lord's in St. David's. The cup holders selected the same team that dethroned the defending champions St. David's Cricket Club in the first round, while Cleveland County have selected 2 coats in Stephen Brimmer and Naya Rayner. The Bailey's Bay team is as follows: Rodney Trott as captain, Taryn Frey as vice captain, Stephen Otterbridge, Trey Govia, Malachi Jones, Zico Burgess, Kyle Hutzel, Derek Brangman, Sinclair Smith, Trey Manders, and Cooley Dorham. Cleveland County are led by Dennis Mussing Jr., with Treadwell Gibbons, Dion Stovall, Adrian Burrows, Damali Bow, Clay Darrell, Stephen Bremer, Nia Rayner, LeVar Tolbert, Keyshawn Smith, and Makai Young. During the Player of the Week award ceremony for the Premier Division, Malachi Jones said he's looking forward to the match.
Well, Saturday is a big match, and it's going to be a big match for me because apparently I'm supposed to open bat for the first time in front of a decent crowd. So it's going to be a experience, but I'm up for the challenge.
We asked Jones about his approach to the open game of county cricket as opposed to limited overs cricket for league.
Well, I wouldn't consider it open cricket. The only open part about it is that the bowlers have unlimited overs, But I still see it as a overs game, being how they have it, divided up. Yeah, it's just a one-day game. It's just 10 less overs for one team or something like that, however they worked it out. But it's pretty much the same format. I'm going to play it as a 50-50 match.
According to a report by the Daily Mail, Huddersfield Town have been approached by English League Championship team Hull City regarding Naki Wells. Hull City and Wolverhampton Wanderers are both reportedly interested in the Huddersfield striker. Wells was a key part of Huddersfield Town team that won promotion last term. He played in 47 games in all competitions, scoring 10 goals. However, Huddersfield have made two big signings this summer, and Wells appears to have dropped down the pecking order at John Smith's Stadium. Although he's recovering from an injury, Hull City have made the initial approach over the possibility of signing Wells. This comes about as Hull City have lost key striker Abel Hernandez for around 6 months with an Achilles injury, and this is a crucial blow to the team. Last evening at the National Sports Center, the visiting Southern New Hampshire University women's soccer team, who are an NCAA Division II team, went up against a determined Bermuda under-17 women's national team. Bermuda came close to opening the scoring when Leilani Nisbet's shot hit the upright. But the Bermuda under-17 women's national team found themselves down 4-0 at the end of the first 30-minute period. But they fought back in the second and third to outscore the visitors 4-1, but they fell 5-4. The Southern New Hampshire University soccer team got single strikes from Trish Louise, Arlena Wooderack, Narida Montrod, Danielle Humphreys, and Allison Patterson, while the Bermuda under-17 national team got goals from Tia Lindo, Nia Christopher, Sanaya Atkinstall, and Akila Furbit. Coach Nikita Robinson is happy with the direction that things are going.
The BFA is working on a girls' sustainable program, and this is all part of that program, making sure that our national teams are equipped and able to compete at the age group levels. It's easy. I'll tell you, it's a lot easier now because they've bought into these young girls. I mean, they're so committed and so dedicated. They scheduled their early morning sessions last week. With me expecting I can't do as much as I would like to. But they take the bull by the horns and they show up. They go to the field in the morning. They plan their own sessions. Vance is there as the other coach, and he just oversees them if they need anything, if they need any guidance, and he's there. And so this group is easy. St. Lucia might be a vacation, but we'll still go out there and do the work. I'll still go out there and coach and do the job that I'm expected to do. But it's easy. I mean, it's a great group of girls.
The Bermuda Football Association assistant referees Antoine Augustus and Tashawn Simons were again referee assistants during the 2017 CONCACAF Under-15 Boys Championships. The Bermuda pair were involved in the match between United States of America and Panama, where USA emerged victorious 3-0. Two Bermuda equestrian riders in Kelsey Amos and Robin Stemple competed in the 2017 Dressage Youth Festival in New York. Amos finished fourth, competing in the first-level division, 11 to 14-year-olds riding Valtino HW. She recorded a score of 65.78 during the dressage, 91.00 during the equitation, and 82.00 on the written, for a total of 79.59. Stemple finished second, competing in the first-level division Division 15 to 16-year-olds riding Queen's Faithful. A score of 65.15 was achieved during the dressage portion, 86.00 during the equitation, and 88.00 on the written for a score of 79.71.
Save $1 on juicy red or black plums, $2.99 per pound. Save $1.50 on fresh assorted pork chops, $3.49 per pound. Only $1.49 for a 5-ounce tin of ShopRite Chunk White or Light Tuna. ShopRite Premium Orange Juice, $3.99 for a 64-ounce carton. Just $1.29 for a 7-ounce Swanson Chicken or Turkey Pot Pie. All Marketplace stores open 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Saturday and Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
Welcome to Parlerville Pharmacy. How can I help you?
Parlerville Pharmacy is a full-service retail pharmacy in the heart of Hamilton. We're your owner-operated independent community pharmacy with the friendly neighborhood service that sets us apart.
We take the time to get to know you. Explain your medications.
And to answer any questions you may have.
If you have trouble keeping track of your prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, and vitamins, ask about our monitored dosage systems, or MDS. With the MDS packaging system, we'll actively manage your medications and simplify your life. We welcome special orders and requests for bespoke medications. You'll find a wide range of beauty and personal care products, including many high-quality European beauty and personal care items. We also have a travel section.
You can trust us with your health and well-being.
And to provide you with caring, expert service.
Parlerville Pharmacy, your prescription for health.
I'm Jasmine Patterson. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.